Hey guys, a lot of you kindly commented on my videos that you enjoy my breakdowns and analysis of your favorite songs, and in this video I'd like to share with you my perspective when I'm listening to a new song, to a song that excites me, a song you recommend to me, and I want to break down to you what I'm actually hearing as a musician with 20 plus years of experience, and whether you're missing out on something or whether it's actually better to hear it without that professional deformation. So let's dive in. And let's break it down. Let's pick a simple song to demonstrate it on. I chose a song, Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. So what I'm hearing when I first listen to a performance like this, I tend to think of music in three distinct categories, three distinct components that make up a song, make up a piece of music. And these are rhythm, harmony, and melody. I'm sure you heard of this. These are basically the cornerstones of any musical piece. There's always some rhythm, the timing of it. Harmony, those are the chords. The underlying, basically, background, if we use a painting analogy, the background that everything else happens on. Without it, it would be pretty bare bones. So harmony is also important. Harmony is the context. And melody, that's the singing piece usually, or in instrumental songs, it's that one note melody that is usually considered to be the main character of the piece. So my brain automatically separates the song into these three categories. There is a distinction between pulse and the rhythm itself. So pulse would be the underlying beat, the thing that you tend to tap your foot to. See how I'm bobbing my head? That's the pulse. And as musicians, we need to be aware of this pulse very much, because that allows us to then fit into it and play with other people. That's what we essentially call playing in the groove with each other. So there is a pulse. That's basically the bedrock of it all. Right above it, there's the specific subdivisions that the rhythm is subdivided into. These subdivisions are determining the certain feel of the song. So this is the pulse, 1, 2. And then if I go after the melody, this is what I'm hearing in the original song. I think it's played on the hi-hat as well. This is the subdivisions that are determining what the feel on top of that pulse is. So boo, boo, heartbeat, and the movement on the top. When I'm listening to a song, I'm being aware where the one is, like what the count is, because one of the first things you learn in a music school is to count and be aware of different lengths of notes, whether it's quarter notes or, as they say here in the UK, crotchet, quaver, 8 notes, 16th notes, etc. So my brain, when I'm listening to a song, is immediately automatically analyzing where the pulse is, what's the count here, how many beats per bar, what are the subdivisions, and how can I join in on them. Next component of any musical performance is harmony. Those are the chords that underlie the melody, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. Understanding harmony is really important if you want to improvise or learn songs by ear. And the number one part of the harmonic information is usually the bass. So after I kind of sense the groove, sense the rhythm a little bit, feel it out, and analyze it in my mind, then I'm trying to listen for the bass, what the bass notes are. And the bass notes will usually tell me what we call a root note of a chord is. So the root note of a chord is the note that the chords are built on. So let's say I have a chord A here, and it's composed with A note and C sharp, and then E. The root note is the bass note. And so if I'm capable of hearing the bass, I can then figure out what's above it, and through that I'm trying to find what is the key of the song. I'm trying to find a note that if I land on it, I feel like at home. I feel like the song could finish now. And when I find it, I can then easily say it's in the key of A, in the key of E, etc. Personally, I don't have absolute pitch, meaning that I can't just listen to a note and immediately know what it is, but I have developed pretty good relative pitch, so I can refer to my instrument and quickly find the notes. I would listen, and And even if I didn't see the chords, I would try and hum the root note, then find it on the guitar, and then ask myself, is it happy sounding, sad sounding? What's the type of the chord? In this case, minor. So now I know what the rhythm is, what the subdivisions are, and what the root note, what the basic chord is. Using music theory, I can then kind of figure out the other chords in the song, using my relative pitch as well, how far the other notes, the other bass notes that I'm listening for are from the initial chord. I hope it makes sense. It might be really confusing for some of you who never did any of this at all, but this is what my brain is doing when I'm listening to music. And then melody. Melody is the most important part of the song, arguably. Melody is something that tells the story of a song. The arrangements are built around a melody that stands in the middle of it. And so in the melody, what I'm listening for is how is it interacting with the chords? I'm not viewing it as a separate thing, because one note that's a part of the melody, let's say this note, will sound completely different with this chord A and with this chord F. Same note. So it's always important to take it in context. Another thing I'm listening for in the melody is how the changes from one step of the melody to another note are happening, like how far the melody jumps. So if I have melody in the Ain't No Sunshine, so I have this jump, which is minor third, and then major second. And through experience of being a musician, I kind of remember how these jumps sound. There's a way of learning that as well. And I can kind of hear ta-da is minor third, and then I would know where to find it on the guitar. Again, it's not always immediate, but you can definitely train yourself in doing this. So these are the main components of the musical elements, the theoretical, let's say, elements of a music piece. If you're asking yourself, am I missing out on something if I don't understand the music as deeply? From my perspective, I think the way I'm listening to music is both blessing and a curse. It's great because you can start to sort of understand what's happening, but at the same time, it's a curse because sometimes music is meant to be enjoyed and you're meant to let it impact you. And because my brain immediately goes into analysis mode, I'm not able to actually hear the song like from the distance, so to speak. I'm analyzing the parts. So it's like the ability to move between analyzing the parts and zooming out is really important. Yeah, so this is how I hear music. To kind of wrap this video up, I know there's other elements that we definitely should listen for, and I am also taking in when I'm listening to music. These could be things like vibe, the overall atmosphere, expression, and the performance value of it. Then, of course, lyrics. I often say in my videos that I tend to be lyric deaf. I hear the music first, I analyze it all, I can play it really quickly, understand what's happening, but sometimes the message kind of misses me. And then I need to listen to it over and over again to kind of understand, oh, so this is what he's trying to say. And that's arguably more important than all the rest of it I described in this video. So again, this is how I hear music as a musician from the musician perspective. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in hearing more about these separate components I talked about in this video. Maybe I can do a separate video on each of them and how I'm analyzing them more deeply, so you can also do it for yourself. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts in the comments. Please subscribe. Check out some ways of supporting me in the description, and see you in the next video. Keep it funky.